Hello fashion lovers, welcome to another video. In today's video we'll be learning how to make this extended peplum dress, the full dress this time around. And if this is what you would love to learn, kindly stay tuned and watch to the end. Channel in my channel here we share tutorials and all things fashion for women and kids. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on any of our videos, so kindly hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And to my returning subscribers, welcome back. I truly appreciate your love and support. In this tutorial we'll be learning how to make the peplum side and also the base, which is like the skirt. Okay, and this is done in two ways. But before we go further to do that, I would like to direct you to watch the upper part, which is that of the blouse. And if you missed that video, you can check the link attached to this video. I explained in detail how you can tighten your underbust, how you can sew neatly like this and match your lining in the correct way, and also how to attach the peplum in another method, like making sure that you fold it and make it thicker. So that's what happened in that video. So trust me, you don't want to miss it, so just click on the link and watch how to do the upper parts of the blouse. Okay, so for today we'll be teaching the extended peplum using another method. You notice that this the first one I folded it and make it thick, but in the case that you don't have enough material to do that, probably you are using another type of material that is very thick. That means you don't need to double fold it like I double fold it in the first one. All right, to cut the extended peplum we need two measurements, and the first one is where we want our peplum to get to and where we want the extended one to get to. So for the one we want the length to get to, that will be 8 inches for me. It depends on you. You might use 7 inches and add allowance. Okay, for me I'm using 8 inches, and the place I want my peplum, extended peplum, to get to will be from that half length to probably my knee or wherever I want it to get to by this side. All right, I hope you understand what I just said now. So this is what we are working with. And fold your fabric into two like I did it here. It's not double fold like the one I did in the first video. So after folding it, the next thing is to take your waist divided by 4, which is what you will mark, then add the measurement you took from your waist to where you want your extended peplum to get to. So mine is 20 inches, then I will add 1 inch swing allowance to it just to hem the tip. Okay, the next thing is to take the width of our peplum, which is 8 inches. So take your own and add allowance to it. You can add 1 inch or 1.5 sewing allowance. Don't forget that it's single fold and we'll be needing to end the tip round. All right, okay, that will be all for cutting the front. The next thing is to cut the back piece, and we will also fold the fabric into two, just same way we fold the front piece. And the first thing we do is to take our zipper measurement, which is 1 inch allowance. Then after taking that round, marking it straight, we can now take our waist divided by 4, just like we did for front. So the only difference is just the zip allowance. So after marking your waist divided by 4, then mark the extended peplum length, and then we can now cut open the fabric into two like that. Back piece is separate due to the zipper at the back. So that's all for the cutting. Don't forget to notch the parts that we mark the waist divided by 4. All right, so the reason why I said you should add allowance is we will still do this tiny hemming folding after we've added them to the waist. So you do it around the allowance that is left. It will be open, it will be dropping by the side. So that part that you notch, that you mark waist divided by 4, when you join it to the upper part, then the remaining one that you have, don't use the allowance left. So you notch it first before joining them to the waist. So the remaining allowance, you just tiny fold it like this to sew it around going to the tip of the blouse. Then fold it also like that, and also to the other side under it round, just like they do it in this picture. So you hem it around like that. All right, the next thing is to cut the circle flare under this style, and this will be using 180 degree circle flare. So it depends on you if you want it more fuller, but 180 is enough for this style. So we cut the flare, then join it to the together with the peplum. So we are using the waist where the peplum will get to cut that. So it all depends on you, because this can be done in two ways. It's either you sew skirt separately or you do peplum joining to the circle flare that we will cut. Okay, I hope you understand that. Okay, so whichever way you're trying, you will just work with your waist round. So if you're working with the blouse waist, then you measure, you are using the same measurement you use, then you join it to your together with your peplum like that. Okay, so for this style I'll be cutting a peplum that has a band, so it's going to be a skirt on its own, not attached together to the peplum. But if you want yours attached to the peplum, so you are using the waist circumference of your blouse. So for me, I'm using the waist circumference of where I want my skirt to get to, but because I'm adding band, I'll be adding an extra allowance to it, because I'll be putting elastic in the band. So I will add like 6 to 8 inches to my normal waist measurement, so that by the time I had the elastic, it will now come together to the waist measurement that I wanted. All right, so to cut the peplum, we need a formula for half circle of, 180 is not a full circle, it's an half circle, so which means you need your waist circumference and the length of your skirt. Okay, so the waist circumference is the round one, and the formula to cut 180-degree circle flare is your waist circumference divided by 6.28. Then whatever you get, you multiply by 2. That's the radius of your circumference for the peplum. Okay, so after you've gotten the radius, the next thing is to get the length of your skirt, and I'll be working with 28 minus the 2 inches of for the band. So I'm working with 26 like that after minusing the band allowance. So for you, if you are not adding band, just use your waist and the length you are working with. All right, now to cut our 180-degree circle flare, we fold our fabric into 2 like this, and I will measure from the side. I folded it using the measurement that I got. So from the edge, I will mark 14 inches, which is the radius that I have. Then from 14 inches, I will measure down the length of my skirt, which is 26 inches. And all right, the next thing is to take the measurement round. So I'll measure the radius, which is 14, and mark it around like 3 to 4 places, making sure it's forming a cone and circle. And after we've done that, we will also come down from that 14 and measure our radius, our length, the skirt length. So we take it round as well, and that will be all. You don't need to add any allowance. The zipper allowance will show for me. All right, and the next thing is to cut it out, and after cutting it out, this is what you should have. All right, the next thing is to cut the band, and to cut it, you will need to measure around the waist, around it, then use that as a measurement. And to do that, we fold our fabric into 2, then what we measure divided by 2, then we add extra 2 to 3 inches. Let's just say 2 inches, and then the width of the band is 2 inches, and plus half inch sewing allowance make it 2.5. So since we are doing it on fold like this, then we'll be working with 5 inches. So I've ironed it out, and this is what it looks like. Okay, which means half inch to join the band to the waist. Can you see? Also, the joining of the band, you can either join it before adding elastic, or you add elastic before joining it. I don't know if that makes sense. So for me, I'll be using 0.5 inches elastic to do that. So I'll create 3 holes for them. So the half inch to join it will be down, then the remaining 2 inches I will divide it in such a way that the elastic will not be too tight in each hole. So I will divide the 2 inches up into 3 holes that can make the elastic. So after doing that, then we join it behind, then hem it. Okay, so that will be all for this video. I hope this video is helpful. I hope you've been trying it. Thank you for watching to the end, and see you in the next one. Bye.